This next major province was the province of Marathas. Clear? Marathas ruled over the western and central part of India. Clear? The large Maratha kingdom had been established by Shivaji, who was contemporary of Aurangzeb in medieval India. Even after the death of Shivaji, the large Maratha kingdom continued to work, but in course of time the power got transferred from Marathas to the Brahmins in western India known as the Peshwas. Clear? And in modern history, Peshwas began to dominate the political scene. Clear? And the first Peshwa was Balaji Vishwanath. Clear? So from modern India, the rule of Marathas got replaced by the rule of Peshwa, also known as phase of Peshwa domination. Marathas were not Brahmins, but Peshwas were pure Brahmins belonging to Konkanast Brahmin family. Clear? Just understand the chronology. In modern India, from 18th century, the large Maratha kingdom began to be dominated by the Peshwas. These Peshwas were pure Brahmins in the region of Deccan. The first Peshwa of Maratha kingdom was a great person known as Balaji Vishwanath. He remained to be Peshwa from 1713 till 1720. Balaji Vishwanath. He also provided support to Sayyid brothers, that is kingmakers in Mughal politics, and thereafter Marathas realized they can replace Mughals also in India. And in fact, Marathas were the only power who could replace Mughals in India. After Balaji Vishwanath, clear, the second Peshwa was his son Baji Rao first. He was Peshwa from 1720 to 1740. Baji Rao first was a great guerrilla warrior after Shivaji, and with this strategy, Baji Rao first annexed the large regions of Malwa, Bundelkhand and Gujarat. So Marathas got considerably expanded with expansion towards Malwa, Bundelkhand and Gujarat. Baji Rao first also defeated the Portuguese on the island of Salsette near Bombay in 1733. Baji Rao first was a great diplomatic leader who reconciled the Maratha ruler Sahu with his aunt Tarabai, and thereafter through the Treaty of Varna, Tarabai accepted Sahu as the legitimate ruler of Maratha kingdom, and just with this only Sahu began to rule over Maratha kingdom, formally effective powers coming under Baji Rao first. Clear? Baji Rao first died in 1740 and was succeeded by the third Peshwa known as Balaji Baji Rao. He was the Peshwa from 1740 to 1761. And when Balaji Baji Rao was the Peshwa, here only there was a very important change that took place, and this change was that at this time, clear, Balaji Baji Rao and the former Maratha head Sahu concluded Sangola Agreement. This Sangola Agreement was concluded exactly in the year 1750, whereby Peshwa became not only the real head but effective and formal head of Maratha kingdom. With this change, Balaji Baji Rao decided to expand beyond Gujarat in the northwestern part of India, and Balaji Baji Rao deposed the representative of a great warrior of Iran known as Ahmad Shah Abdali. Since representative of Ahmad Shah Abdali was defeated in the northwestern part of India, Abdali took it as a challenge, and therefore Ahmad Shah Abdali came with large Iranian force to northwestern part of India. That led to a decisive battle between Ahmad Shah Abdali and the Marathas in the battlefield of Panipat, which is known as the Third Battle of Panipat. In this Third Battle of Panipat, large Maratha forces proceeded under the formal command of the son of Balaji Baji Rao. This son of Balaji Baji Rao was known as Vishwas Rao. And there was another cousin brother who went to fight in this war, and this person was known as Sadashiv Rao Bhau. Sadashiv Rao Bhau. Clear? In this battle, Marathas were defeated, and both Vishwas Rao and Sadashiv Rao Bhau died in the battlefield. Clear? It was a big setback for Balaji Baji Rao, and Balaji Baji Rao also died in the year 1761. When Balaji Baji Rao died in 1761, he was succeeded by another Peshwa or another member of his family, and this Peshwa was Madhav Rao. So Madhav Rao became the Peshwa in 1761. He remained as on this post till 1772 because elder son Vishwas Rao already died in the battlefield of Panipat. Clear? Even Ahmad Shah Abdali did not stay back in India thereafter. He returned back to Iran and a great political vacuum got created in northern and western part of India. Clear? Madhav Rao, when he came to power, he brought back Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II from Allahabad to Delhi. We had discussed after Battle of Buxar, Shah Alam II was transferred from Delhi to Allahabad, where he became the pensioner of British East India Company. But Madhav Rao brought back Shah Alam II from Allahabad to Delhi just to create a buffer zone between the forces of Ahmad Shah Abdali and the Marathas. On the other hand, Ahmad Shah Alam II came to Delhi once again under Madhav Rao. And after bringing this change in 1771, just after a few months, Madhav Rao died in the year 1772. When Madhav Rao died, political confusion took place in Maratha kingdom because Madhav Rao did not have any son to survive. Since Madhav Rao died without leaving a natural successor to alive, conflict took place among the members of two families. Clear? These members were Narayan Rao, who was the younger brother of Madhav Rao. Clear? And another conflict took place against, another person of the same family known as Raghunath Rao, who was the younger brother of Balaji Bajirao. In other words, Raghunath Rao was the uncle of Narayan Rao. So conflict took place between Narayan Rao, younger brother of Madhav Rao, Raghunath Rao, younger brother of Balaji Bajirao. In this conflict, clear, Narayan Rao became the ruler of Maratha kingdom with support of Maratha soldiers. But due to internal conspiracy, Narayan Rao died. Clear? And as soon as Narayan Rao died, Raghunath Rao realized he can become Peshwa. But even at this critical time, even though Narayan Rao died, his wife, who was already pregnant, gave birth to a son. This son born to Narayan Rao, that is also known as posthumous son. A son is born after the death of his father. This posthumous son was named as Savai Madhav Rao. And all Maratha soldiers declared Savai Madhav Rao, the newly born child, to be the next Maratha ruler. It was highly frustrating for Raghunath Rao, and to acquire power or gaddi, Raghunath Rao went to the British and concluded a secret treaty with the British known as Treaty of Surat. And as per the provisions of the Treaty of Surat, Raghunath Rao invited British to attack Maratha kingdom, and this resulted into First Anglo-Maratha War. So we have three Anglo-Maratha wars in modern history that ultimately led to the defeat of Maratha kingdom. And from here onwards, we'll keep on understanding or correlating the rule of different governor generals. Clear? Now just understand, the background is clear of three Carnatic wars. The first Carnatic war, three Anglo-Maratha wars. Coming to the first Anglo-Maratha war, we look into informations. It went from 1775 to 1782. This war resulted into a drawn struggle. No conclusive result could come. So ultimate consequence was it was a drawn struggle. No party could win the war. And this war came to an end through the Treaty of Salbai, signed in 1782, that provided a kind of ceasefire between the British and the Marathas. Clear? This was 1782. The war ended, or the war was halted for some time. After this war, clear, the second Anglo-Maratha war took place. The second Anglo-Maratha war took place from 1803 to to 1805. That is exactly after the end of 20 years, because this war, a Treaty of Salbai, provided ceasefire for 20 years. As soon as 20 years came to an end, another war started between British and Marathas, known as Second Anglo-Maratha War, 1803 to 1805. Clear? When this war took place, in this war, the Marathas were defeated. Why Marathas were defeated? By this time, Maratha kingdom had been divided into 5 principalities ruled by different families. These 5 principalities were the Peshwa at Pune, Gaikwad at Baroda, Holkar at Indore, clear, then Bhosle at Nagpur, and finally Scindia at Gwalior. Scindia at Gwalior, clear? Scindia at Gwalior. Since it was a divided house, it was easily defeated by the British, and therefore in the Second Anglo-Maratha War came to an end by the Treaty of Rajpur Ghat. Treaty of Rajpur Ghat, signed in 1805. This treaty was concluded by the British with the last Holkar ruler, Yashwantrao Holkar. He was the last one to be defeated. Yashwantrao Holkar. Yashwantrao Holkar, 1805. So large Maratha territories were lost. Clear? At the same time, after the end of this war, Marathas continued to rule. Still the titular head being the Peshwas at this time. Clear? Meanwhile, clear, the Third Anglo-Maratha War took place. The Third Anglo-Maratha War took place from 1817 to 1818. In this war, Marathas were thoroughly defeated. The Governor General was Lord Hastings, who came with British to establish British paramountcy. Clear? So Third Anglo-Maratha War from 1817 to 18. In this, Marathas were thoroughly defeated, and the large Maratha kingdom was clubbed together to establish the large province of Bombay. Moreover, the Peshwa at this time was transferred from Pune to the far-off region at Kanpur, and like Mughal Emperor, Peshwa also became the pensioner of the British East India Company. So from here, Peshwa began to stay at Kanpur in North India. He was transferred from Pune to Kanpur. So Marathas were also defeated by the British in this fashion. Clear? So after Bengal, the Marathas were the next major province to be defeated by the British in India. Clear? The third major province to be conquered by British India as a mark of political annexation